This guitar has a high fret and it's making a string buzz, and I'm going to take care of it real easy with the strings on. That's the string buzz, hear it? One of these frets is higher than the other, so when you press the fret next to it, it buzzes on the tall fret. I can pinpoint it pretty easy. The way you find a high fret is to use a little straight edge of different lengths. You always want to be on 3 frets at once, because it'll rock on a high fret. You can work it all the way down the neck. So that edge will be up here, then this edge takes over for quite a while. Then you start using this one, and that takes you way down to the bottom, way down in here. I know this is the area I'm looking at. I go down there with this length, and I can get a tiny little rock on this. Listen carefully. In that rock? Right in here. So this is the fret, and I'm going to level it down till it's flush with its neighbors, and I'm going to do it with the strings on it. I'm going to mark this fret with some red marker, and when I kiss that off, I know I've knocked down this high spot. Now to level it, both those pieces of metal look about the same, but this is not for locating the fret, this is for knocking it down. This has diamonds on it. A short patch of diamond on every length, and the smooth sides will ride on the 2 adjacent frets, and the diamond will just kiss what's in between. It's not a lot. A little teeny ridge all the way across. That's it. I'm still going to clean it up, because now I have a flat spot, several of them. I want to re-round them to look like the rest of the frets, have a slight crown to it. You can do this with the strings on by propping up the strings and doing some small, accurate filing with the right little file. Now, years ago, to do this job, I made these little sticks. I call them fretting sticks. They're pieces of a 6-inch triangle file cut off, notched and super glued into these sticks. And I would go in under those strings and do this job. They look like prehistoric tools. Today I have something that's a little more, shall we say, elegant. It's a diamond file. It's got 300 grit diamond on an angled surface for reaching under a string. 3 different angles you can approach the work with. I'm going to red these off again with the pen. Gives me something to watch as I'm trying to round them up. It doesn't take a lot. I'm just going down that fret. I want to leave a tiny little bit of red on the top. That's my new flat spot. It's also called the land. On top of a round fret, you leave the tiniest little bit of land of that actual metal fret and polish that. I'm going to switch up here, go to a 30 degree. I think it's just about right for going right in here. That's a tiny bit of land left out in there, and that'll just polish out. There you have it. That's good for some nice dressing. These little guys are perfect for that, but they can do a lot of things besides fretwork too. The diamond grit is good to smooth the sharp edges of bridge saddles to make them more comfortable on your hand. I was working on a tool this weekend and I messed up the threads on kind of a weird lead screw, and I couldn't get the nut off that I had on it, and I had to file the flutes again so the nut would come off and I could use the part. For getting into tight right angle corners like the edges of this nut slot, I can work on either side to kiss off a small bit that's keeping the nut from fitting perfectly. For the heavy lifting, when you got a super glue fill or some lacquer fill that's kind of tall and you got to get it down closer to scrape and flush it up. There you have it. It's fixed. Maybe you have a high fret like that and now you know how to fix it. And if you like these sort of setup and repair videos, please subscribe to the StewMac YouTube channel.